Joanne Reardon, and you are now watching LTV2 Millstreet.
And some wonderful and very, very special musical entertainment there to welcome you to programme 103 from LTV2 Millstreet. And Eiley...
Who's back?
Who is back?
There you are, I'm back.
Can you tell us where you were?
Oh, yes.
When we have an idea.
Yes, indeed. I was at the top of the world. I was all the way in Finland, where I saw a different side of the world. Well, of course, I was there last summer, and it was totally different this time. The sun was blazing that time. It was all ice this time, and everything was frozen over. So it was a nice experience to see.
My goodness.
And I walked out over the ocean on the ice.
Walking?
We walked on the water. We walked on water this time.
Wow,
walked
that's
out into the ocean.
very few can claim that.
You're like our Lord now.
Like our Lord now.
I can't get over. You remember, since you were away, we had Pat Falvey came to Millstreet.
Yes, I saw him in the programmes in the night.
The minute Sean saw him for the first time, he said, "Do you know what he said to him?"
Yeah.
"Well, Pat, I think you walked a bit since I last met you."
That's right.
I think a few more people know that too, don't they?
Absolutely,
I think they
absolutely.
do.
And of course, Eiley, Mary took your place in a wonderful manner last
And John,
week.
of course, took my
John
news.
also did the
John
news
took my
in a
news,
very
and thanks
special
very
way.
much. Thanks to everyone
And of
who
course,
did
did you
everything
notice that it's programme 103?
Yeah.
Does that ring a bell?
It does indeed. C103.
C103.
C103, and this is programme 103.
103 indeed, yeah. And
I
tonight,
bring in pictures, when we get the pictures developed, I will bring in pictures of our trip to Finland.
wonderful. And I'm sure you might even have had scenes like this.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
And you see, the big thing about them in Finland is they're very depressed because they're not getting snow.
Really?
And this should be their fun season, when they would be out enjoying themselves, and they have every sort of a snowmobile and all these things at the ready for the snow season. And it would be their big fun time, but they're having no fun because the snow isn't there.
Well, it was the very same John Kelleher that did the news last week that took this beautiful picture
lovely
recently,
picture, yeah.
showing that whole beautiful area from Mushra. I think, isn't that right, John?
Yeah.
Looking on a panoramic view itself. So this week, Sean, lots of things this week.
That's right.
What did you do in my absence, and what have you planned for tonight?
Oh, we can't tell you that. It's a surprise. No, we have a wedding with a difference later.
Oh, very good.
And we have a book launch that you might know something about.
A book launch? Exactly, a book launch. And you know, seeing that we're talking about books, of course you all remember In the Shadow of the Palace.
Oh, yes.
Yes, indeed, of course, the very famous author in Rathmore, Dan Cronin, and a very special greeting to Dan and his good wife, Margaret, whom I recently visited. And of course, Dan very recently wrote a wonderful article in Ireland's Own, and the article was on the famous A.J. Cronin. So, and we've lots and lots of viewers in the Rathmore area, so greetings particularly to our Rathmore
We have a lot of viewers
viewers.
in an awful lot of places now. I met people since I came back, and they said their reception is improved immensely. So you must have done an awful lot of work while I was away.
Do they get us in Finland?
I don't know.
On the internet.
We'll be sending copies.
Yeah, there's a lot of work tuning up transmitters and this and that, but
an awful lot of work.
It should be working pretty well now around Millstreet.
Absolutely. Well, now I must say there's a complete dedication of people who were working on a whole series of trying to improve the signal. And Sean was out in his digger.
I bet.
That's a few weeks ago, yeah.
Right.
We were out with the shovels last Sunday.
That's right.
My goodness.
I have a surprise.
Manual.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yes.
my God.
I have a surprise in store for the viewers later in the programme.
Well
So
done,
don't forget your shovel.
That's great.
And we'll be rallying this week.
It wouldn't be my first time working a shovel, I can tell
Now,
you.
we didn't have rallying for quite a while, so that'll be very
And seeing
special.
as this is Bernie's editing this week, I think he's going to slip in a rally. The Cork 2003.
Wow, very, very
So now-
special, very special. Some very exciting footage there. And of course, you know, we have the Clara News and we have Do Hollow Matters, but out in Macroom, it's called the Lee Valley Outlook. The Lee Valley Outlook. And if you go to Killarney, it's called the Killarney Advertiser. And I believe there's a Sliabh Lucra magazine also
as well, exactly.
there. So, there we go.
We appeared in that ourselves one time.
That's right.
St. Patrick's Day.
And we
With
have
your
to be
funny
thinking
hats.
about
Have to
St.
think about
Patrick's
St.
Day coming up.
Tis in the
Right.
dark.
In the
And
dark.
Heidi, I think you're someone you must say hello to.
I have indeed. I have a wonderful fan altogether, one that I really, really treasure, and it's 5-year-old little Gemma Nagel from Cullen. Her mum works up there in Reens, the lovely blondie Sheila. She works in Reens, and she told me that Gemma is my #1 fan. So hello, Gemma.
And, you know, talking about special people and special guests, next week, someone rather special.
Oh, that's
a
right.
whole,
Come on.
a lot of special guests.
Take a look
Yes.
here.
So if you bring over the boot, we'll draw this week's winner. And we're going a bit late tonight in our recording, so
Yeah,
we
I'm
just...
going to do it myself this week.
Okay, fair enough.
And
And the prize is the signed book, Father James. And the winner is... Are you going to say it or am I going to say it? It's Marie Burke from Clahula. So, well done, Marie.
Well done, Marie. Now,
And this week's competition, we have a €50 voucher from Murphy's Pharmacy in Borby, and that's been given to us by 3 very loyal Borby viewers.
Thank you.
I have no question.
you have no question.
Sorry,
I have a
Bernard.
question. I have a
Cameras,
question.
it's the tape one
I
now.
have a... Look, stop. I have a question. What is the name of this famous dog that we're just going to talk about? As we're on it, Mary, did you see last Monday's paper?
No.
You got your picture on the paper with this. You can see this here. See that, Bernie? Zoom in there. Oh no, Bernie, you have to go down lower. Look at this, look. Gooch grabs his chance. Can you explain this?
Well, why are you asking me? Because he's your dog as much as he's my dog.
Yes, but you told me lies Saturday night.
No, I didn't.
You rang me and you told me the dog was after winning.
And did the dog win? Sorry, can I borrow the paper?
You can.
Let's just get this in perspective.
As you have the
Gooch
paper, okay?
grabs his chance.
Read it out.
I will.
Okay, keep reading out.
Move over Gooch wins in the Ballinator Brave Stakes at Corrine Park. Now,
Yes.
I get approval from our audience. Does
Yes.
that mean the dog won the race?
Okay, alright.
Yeah?
The dog didn't win the race.
Did I tell you a lie on the phone?
You told me the dog won the race. Okay.
Did
did
I tell
me
you a
the
lie?
truth.
No, I didn't.
No,
and
you
you
did
see,
not.
I'll tell you exactly what's wrong. I collected the camera from Shawnee going up to the race on Saturday night to film the dog.
So
running.
that's why the two dogs
And I
in front
asked him
fell.
just before I left his yard, would he like to place a bet? No, he said, I do not. But the dog was a 10-1, and all he had to spend was a £5, and he would have got €50. And your problem was you were sorry you didn't put money on the dog.
Well, the only reason the dog won is the two in front knocked each other over.
No, well,
It says it there on the paper.
it's like anything in this world, Sean. You can have what ifs or ifs.
Okay.
The dog won the race. The dog's name was Move Over Gooch. That's the question for tonight. It's a very easy
name
competition.
of the
Tell
dog,
us
yeah.
again what the dog's name was and text your answers to 085 11 44 252.
Now, for all of that, you're getting no present this week.
Thank God.
You're going working.
I went working.
Take a look at this here.
Don't forget your shovel if you want to go to work. Oh, don't forget your shovel if you want to go to work. Don't forget your shovel if you want to go to work. Or you'll end up where you came from like the rest of us, digging out with the door. And don't forget your shoes and socks and shirt and tie and all. No, don't forget your shoes and socks and shirt and tie and all. Don't forget your shoes and socks and shirt and tie and all. Mr. Murphy's afraid you'd make a claim if you take a fall. What's it going? Not too bad, out the little door. Oh, we want to go to heaven, but we're always digging holes. Oh, we want to go to heaven, but we're always digging holes. Yeah, we want to go to heaven, but we're always digging holes. Well, there's one thing you can say.
Because you're a handy woman around the farm.
I'll tell you, that wasn't a farm.
It was a farm.
Well, it was, I suppose, yeah. But it
See,
wasn't,
this is the
yeah.
same thing. It was
Okay,
a farm.
okay, it was
You
a
were in the
farm,
middle of
yeah.
a field.
I was digging. And you weren't.
I was watching.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
Typical male.
seeing that we're not getting on so good tonight, I think we better go to a bit of music.
I think we get down fun. I think you're sorry after your food pound.
We'll see about that.
Okay.
So here we go.